Hello. This is my bucket of shit Land Cruiser. It's been a bit of a hiatus since my last video. That's because the old girl's broken down. She had a bit of a mishap when I was going to White Hills. And I was on Dixon Road in Rockingham, right in front of the Toyota. And she decided to break down right at the intersection. So, bit of an interesting story. Broke down when I was supposed to turn. Stuck in the middle of a busy intersection on a public holiday. And yeah, I got it snatch trapped in front of Toyota, and the lovely team there were alright with me keeping it there for a little bit. Got a very expensive tow, very long distance towards about 110 k's away from there. So it was very not ideal, but here she is. At first, I was very heartbroken because of a really bad knocking sound, which I'll play a clip now. Which to most people would sound like rod knock. However, if you're a seasoned mechanic, you know that diesels like to make that knock when there's a lot of shit inside of the combustion chamber. It's called diesel knock, and it sounds very, very bad. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's just injectors, which I've got a set of injectors now. We're going to chuck them in and program them up and see how it goes. But hopefully that's it. But yeah, it's not ideal. Plans with the Cruiser still to fix it up, but it's just a minor setback. I got a set of cleaned and tested injectors. I couldn't afford new because they're $4,000 and I'm an apprentice, so $4,000 isn't something I can just blow like that. So for $1,800 or $1,600 after I give him these injectors, the fella's name was Diesel Talk in Wangari. He's really nice. If you have any needs, give him a quick shout out, but you probably know who he is if you live around that area. But yeah, gonna pull these old injectors out, have a look at them, and hopefully they're alright. My biggest concern is that they'll be seized. They'll be very stuck in there. I've got a slide hammer and shit, so hopefully they can come out without too much hassle. But yeah, that's the current go with this car. Probably hear that I'm not too energetic about this because I bought an exhaust. It's kind of a spoiler to the next video if everything goes alright, but I bought an exhaust and I was really keen, and then I was supposed to fit the exhaust on Sunday, and Saturday we're going to White Hills for the day, and I broke down Saturday. So it's been sitting here for 2 weeks, just gathering dust at my mate's joint. But yeah, time to fit these injectors and see how it goes. Okay, well here's the workshop situation. So cars here, Misso's cars here that I'm generously using as a bench for my tools. I'll see if I can find a table or something to put all the dirty shit on, because I don't want to put diesel stuff in this nice car. And yeah, we'll just be working out of here, and intercooler's already unbolted. I just sat it on there for some diag. So just take that off, and then take some fuel lines off. Got to take the connectors, and I don't know if I need to take the div stick out. Hopefully I don't need to. Hopefully I can just wiggle it around. But I'll give you a bit more of a close-up of the engine bay and what we're working with once I get the intercooler back off. And yeah, we'll see what the game plan is. I want to have these injectors out and in today, hopefully. It's 12 o'clock and it's the Arvo and it's a bit overcast, so hopefully it doesn't rain, but I want to get it done today by any means necessary. So yeah, we'll start pulling it apart and get into it. Alright, here's the engine bay situation. Got the intercooler off. It's really a piece of piss to do on these VDs. I'm going to start with this side because this side looks easier than that side. Basically, take all of these lines off, take all these plugs out. This is what I meant by the dipstick here. Hopefully I can just unbolt that and turn it to the side so we can wiggle that rocker cover out. Then take these bolts off for the wiring. And then, yeah, hopefully it should come out somewhat easily. And then just a matter of taking the injectors out, chucking the new ones in. With these injectors, you got to remember all these codes here, because you got to program the injectors with the new ones. So you got to keep all those codes in the. You want to lay them out basically, and remember which ones you put in where, and then so you can program it, each injector to the right cylinder. But I'll start stripping all these lines off and taking everything out, and then yeah, I'll let you know when we got most of the things out, and see if I get any issues. I'll let you know, but take these lines off and take all these 10 mils out, and hopefully it should come out pretty easily. All right, so we got the right hand side / driver's side rocker cover off. Pain in the ass with this loom in the way. Let's take a couple of things off. If you're doing this yourself, one thing you need to know, it's a mistake I made, is you need to pop these seals out that go towards the fuel lines, the hard lines that go off the injectors, because they sit further in. So to pull it out, you need to pull it all the way up, or you can pull it out to the side. But these are brand new seals, by the way. But yeah, it tore it because it dug in and then ripped it out. So pull those off before you think about taking the rocker cover off. And ideally you want to clean the motor down. I didn't have the means to do so, so I'm just going to have to kind of send it and see what happens. But yeah, next thing is take the return lines off. I've got new washers for that. You always want to replace those washers. Then you want to pull the retainers off, and I hope these injectors aren't too stuck in there. So I'll pull the return line off, and then yeah, we'll see where we are from there. I'll see if I can get some footage of me taking it off, and yeah. Fucking busted my knuckles. Oh, fuck me. Fucking careful with the injectors then. Not ideal whatsoever. Return lines off, chuck it in the back. Alright, next thing is take out these retainers and hopefully wiggle out these injectors. And is this a fucking 12mm or am I? That is a 12mm. Alright, well, we'll get it on the gun and then get these retainers out and see if I'll get one retainer out and see if I can actually pull the injector out. If I can't, then I'm gonna have to get into some alternative methods with a slide hammer. Just grab the extension here, the old tool bag. Got one retainer off. I'm going to lay it in here. I'll show you what I'm doing back here in a sec as well. But we got one retainer. Let's see how fucking stuck this injector is. Don't think I'll be able to get it out with it by hand at all. Oh, fucking happy days. I fucking, you just want to wiggle it, or pulling it up, and then look at that. Just comes straight out. There you go. There's the old injector. So you want to lay these out in a way that you can remember them. So this is injector 1. You just want to lay them out. You can see how they're all carboned up. It doesn't actually look too bad, but yeah, we'll lay these out in the order that I've taken them out. So for reprogramming, sorry you can't see me as well, I'm at the back of the car, but you know, I haven't got a cameraman and my hands are dirty and I don't want to grab my phone. So yeah, I'll pull the rest of these injectors out and then I'll get back to you and show you what we're doing. I reckon we're gonna get house. Oh mate, that just fucking came out straight away. So that's probably the troubled injector, I reckon. Oh, also another thing you're gonna be worried about is the washers not coming out. So we've got 2 washers that haven't come out that we need to get the washers out with. So I don't know if we can get kind of lucky by pulling it out. No, alright, we'll have to get the washers out with a pick. So I'll take you around the back of the ute and show you what I'm kind of laying out here. So you kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. Just clean the old grubby mitts off. And then we will go, take you off here. And we go back around here. And well, I'll show you what I'm doing. So pretty much that's the front of the car, that's the back of the car, this is right, that's left. So 1, 2, 3, 4 all laid out, so I know where they're going, kind of in groups like that. Then pretty much just grab everything from that side and then take it in the back and put it down so we know exactly where everything goes. But I'm gonna clean up and then get a bit of an assessment and we'll figure out what we're doing next. Right, so we got all the injectors out and we got all the washers out. I had a lot of issues getting them out, so I ended up doing something a bit different. So what I did is, one of them came out with the injectors you saw in the video. 2 of them were all right. I just got them out like with a pick. But this one here was fucking really stuck in there. So I tried to get a screwdriver in there to try to wedge it out or anything. Didn't want to hit it too hard because you don't want to hit the surface of the alley head. But I ended up making my own tool. So I got a bit of fencing wire, like proper fencing wire. I got a grinder and ground it down to make like a little serve, like a hook. And then what I've done is I have gone down, it's this cylinder here, I'm going to call it cylinder 2. Gone down in there and fucking picked it and literally had to fucking yank it out with a pair of pliers on the end here. Just yank it out. It took a good fucking 30 minutes to get that one out, but it's out now and the seat's not damaged. So yeah, I want to clean it up and get like a rag with like on the end of a flathead. Get some non-flammable contact cleaner. You want non-flammable because if you have contact cleaner sitting in there, it's highly volatile. When you go fire it over, it's just gonna fucking rev up and ping like shit. So you want something that's got a low firing point because when you start it up, it'll soot out, but you're not gonna fucking shit your pants. So yeah, that's what I gotta do now, clean them all out and then put the new injectors in with the washers. Point of all getting it back together, I got all the washers out and everything as you saw. Give it a quick clean again. Fucking the first injector hole is clean. So normally I have a little bit of anti-seize to dap on the end of the injector, but I might just chuck some anti-seize on the new injector so it doesn't get fucking stuck in there. So I'm going to chuck a little spray of anti-seize, just a misting so it doesn't get stuck in there. Not that it did last time, but just a little misting of fucking anti-seize around the injector. And then I haven't got any copper, any fucking, what do you call it, any rubber grease, so I'm just gonna chuck some of the oil from the donk around it. And fucking slap a little bit on, yeah. Fucking get it nice and clean. And then drop the injector down, the washer. Make sure it seats flat. Ideally you want to get it stuck on the edge of the here with like a little bit of anti-seize or something, but we don't have that technology available to us. So I'll just slap this down in here. And slid right in. There you go, there's one of them. Grab the little seat. Give it a bit of a clean. And then what we're going to do is chuck that back in here like this and fucking screw it down. Get it finger tight. There you go. And then that's one of the injectors in. So you kind of just want to do that for the rest of them, and then yeah, I'll time lapse it so you don't have to sit through all this boring shit that I'm doing. But yeah, fucking that's what you do for all of them. So you can watch me put them in. Hopefully it's entertaining. I'll put some music on it and fucking, yeah, we'll get it done. there you go. All seated, all down. Gotta get the rocker cover back on, and then we're done with this side. So I'm not gonna bore you with that. It's just the reverse of taking everything apart. But once I get it back together, I'll let you know. So in about 3, 2, 1. We have got it all back together. Want to give it a good wash down, but anyway, we've got rocker cover back on, all these seals replaced, even those are the ones I ripped, replaced all these. If you're doing this yourself, you can push them in after you fit this rocker cover. These seals come in from the top. That's what I did. I just pushed them in after with some rubber grease, cleaned all the lines out. It's supposed to be a one-time use, but I've literally just replaced them. If you saw in part 1, I've replaced them, so I've barely done 1,000 Ks, so I'm not spending another 800 on those. So the next goal is to grab all the codes off these injectors. I need to code the new injectors. Those are the old ones. I'm going to replace those, but not in this video. I want to fit these because this is the side the knocking was coming from. So I'm banking it's going to be one of these 4 injectors. So I'm going to program these, take it for a drive. If everything runs all right, I will do that side. The set of injectors I bought weren't exchanged, but he would give me $200 back if I chuck the old injectors back. So I will get my $200. But yeah, so I'll grab all the codes here, and you have to match it up with the ones that came out of it. That's why I had them lined up on the ute tray. And yeah, I'll program them all now, and then I'll get back to you when we give it a start up. And then I just got to chuck the intercooler back on, but that's literally just that pipe. You tighten it, slap the cooler back on, and plug the sensor and that in, and then happy days. So once I do all that, I'll get back to her, and hopefully she should run. I spent my balls off, but we got all of the injectors coded. I'll show you how I did it and what you do. Okay, so all the cylinders here. So we did the right hand side of the motor, so that's cylinders 1, 3, 5, and 7. I had all the old injectors, so I matched up the numbers with the old injectors. This one was cylinder 3. That ends in a 6.4. Then I just went to the one in the car at the moment with the 6.4 and ended with 5.5. But yeah, I just went 1, 3 and just changed them over. So I'll plug them all in. I'll get someone to crank it, and then I'll turn it over. Yep. Primed it and cranked it over. It is now running. Hello. This is the end of the video. I had more footage of me driving the Cruiser, like taking it for its first drive and everything, but the footage ended up being really bad, so I didn't end up putting it in. And the video's gone on a bit long. Sorry if it's a bit boring, but here's kind of the update. That was 2 weeks ago, the previous footage you just saw. Been really flat out with everything, so I haven't really had time to put everything together, but I've had the Easter long weekend now to edit the video up. But yeah, I realised I haven't got that last footage, so I've hopped in my car to film this outro. But yeah, I've since driven the car. I reset the trip. I don't know if you can see it there. 340 Ks since doing the injectors. She runs mint. I heard this knocking noise coming from the airbox, which I didn't know if it was placebo, like my mind was playing tricks on me or not. So I actually had 2 VDJs, my mate's one, and then one we had at the car yard. That I've compared both of them to, and that knocking is normal on the VDJs. Mine had 100,000 Ks and the other one had 300, so I guess it's normal. So I was just a bit of a placebo. So yeah, but yeah, that's the end of the video. So for now, the Cruiser, I want to make more videos on it, but it's kind of on the back burner at the moment. I have been driving it around, but I'm just focused on, I flip cars in, as a way to make money being an apprentice, so I've been really knuckling into that, so I really haven't had time to focus and know all the money to put into the Cruiser. but I would like to strip the interior out. It's messy at the moment because I still haven't cleaned it out from that camping trip that it broke down on. Just really haven't had the time, been trying to sort out some other stuff and tape and all that. So yeah, but that's the end of the video. I really appreciate if you watch the whole way through. I know it's a bit boring. I need to work on my editing a bit. I've been editing on my phone, so I'm trying to get music and stuff, but it's a bit of a pain. So it might be a bit quiet and a bit bland at some times, but I try to keep it a little interesting. But I will get a computer to eventually start editing everything properly. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you know there's anything else you guys want to see me do on the cruiser, or even if you want to make for me to make a video on how to flip cars or something, yeah, let me know. But yeah, I really appreciate it. So yeah, a bit of an update as well. I've been getting rid of the like the stickers, the mining stickers on the side. I've been using a caramel wheel. Someone commented on the previous video. I was going to buy one. I was on the edge about it, but I thought save myself some time and some heartache. So I've fully stripped the driver's side and it looks mint. So I'll do the Paso side, and I'm still on the lookout for a door and a quarter panel. Just hard to find one, and wreckers want $800 for a quarter panel on a 12-year-old car, and I don't really want to pay $800 for a quarter panel. So I'll see if I can find something else out, maybe one of those Chinese panels, and paint it up. But got to get onto the rust as well. I want to get some GXL rims, make it look a bit more pretty. But she's just sitting with the tub on the back and everything as it is now. It drives well, it's good. I've still got to do all the maintenance and stuff to it. I need wheel bearings and stuff, so that will all be coming in another video. And then I would like to get a forward driving video, make a bit more interesting content instead of me sitting there working on cars. I'm a mechanic, so I like to work on cars, but might not be the most interesting to anyone. But yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. But drop a comment, let me know if you finished the video. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'd like to reply. I've also got my Instagram in the description. If you want to message me on there, I'm always happy to message. I'm not the best at replying, but I'll try my hardest. So yeah, cheers guys. Enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend, if it's still Easter weekend. If not, enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.